Hey everyone, I'm here at SHOT Show 2018 and I have Bob Faxon here of Faxon Firearms. As you guys know, I've done a lot of work with Faxon barrels in the past. Right now, I just got one of their Glock 19 barrels that I've been testing with suppressed, unsuppressed. I've been liking it so much, it's now part of my everyday carry and I can't really give it a bigger compliment than that. But again, I've been doing a lot of work with their barrels, and I kind of wanted to talk with Mr. Faxon about some of the other stuff they're doing, including their barrels. But really quick, I want to mention that last year when I was here with the Haas USMC, he did a video with you where he just kind of cold asked you a question about, what does the Second Amendment mean to you? What's the role of the militia in the United States? And without really any prep time or anything, you just nailed it. And I couldn't have said it any better myself as far as I'm concerned.
Well, thank you.
I want to put a link to that in the description below so you guys can see that, because I think it speaks, it's a big testament to the company as a whole when, the man behind the company has that kind of philosophy and that view on things. There's a lot of companies who are in it just because that's what's hot right now, but knowing that you have a company where this is something you're passionate about and you believe in the rights of us as Americans, that's really big. So I wanted to kind of say that to start out.
Thank you.
But anyway, now that we got the ego stroking out of the way, I guess, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you got in your hands?
Okay, this is one of the things, when you talk about a company, and you alluded to it, Ryan, when you're looking at what a company does, why they do it, ours is all about the experience. Mm-hmm. So when you look at our products, we want our customer to pick something that we made mm-hmm. that will enhance their day at the range. Mm-hmm. It needs to perform better, it needs to be comfortable, it needs to be reliable. They need to be happy that they spent that money for that product,
sure.
Not upside down. So everything we look to do with our line of firearms, pistols, rifles, or accessories is to make a more pleasant experience at that range day mm-hmm. when you go to shoot with your buddies. So this is another one of those things. This is a lightweight pencil barrel. Mm-hmm. It is a 14.5-inch barrel, mm-hmm. and it has a pin and welded 3-stage muzzle brake on it. Mm-hmm. But the design on this is the 620 diameter here allows you to put your own gas block over it and still build your own gun with a welded muzzle device. Yeah. So you have a 14.5-inch barrel that's legal. We can ship it to you. You won't get in trouble, but you can still choose your gas block and your handguards.
Yeah. And you guys have it in the muzzle brake and the flash hider configurations,
yes,
right?
We have this welded with muzzle brake, flash hider. We also make the 16-inch version that is not welded, so you can put your own device on the end.
Okay.
So it originally started because we didn't like a lightweight barrel with a very large muzzle on the end. It looked like a baseball bat with a big softball out there,
sure.
And it's in the worst place to have weight.
Right.
So we said, well, let's slim this down. Let's make it more proportional to the barrel. Mm-hmm. When we did that, we thought, hey, let's go one step further and make it small enough to fit the gas block over.
Yeah.
So that was the derivative of what we call our lightweight barrel with the welded muzzle devices.
Mm-hmm. And just real quick, for those of you out there who have 14.5s, you've probably dealt with the pain of, I want to, put an adjustable gas block on it now. Now I got to go to a gunsmith, have them remove the welds, take the muzzle device off, put the gas block on, get it repinned and welded. This, you just put whatever one you want, slides on over it.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know, it's genius.
Well, thank you. Again, it's an aspect of people who use guns and know what they like and don't like, and what we're trying to do is make it more pleasant for the person who uses it. Mm-hmm. Bottom line, as a matter of fact, if you reach up and grab that top gun, I'll show you what it looks like all together.
Oh. I'll figure it out eventually.
That's right.
Got to be 10% smarter than the gun.
Notice how heavy that is.
Yeah,
This is a sub 5-pound AR-15 that we put together, and we're marketing as the FX 5500. And the reason this is light is we have the 14.5-inch pin and welded barrel. Mm-hmm. We have the carbon fiber handguard, adjustable gas block with a low mass bolt carrier, standard aluminum upper and lower with a hyperfire trigger, ambi charging handle, and 45-degree safety selectors. Yeah. So what you end up with is a sub 5-pound gun with a high quality barrel.
Yeah, and like you were saying earlier, a lot of times with these super lightweight builds, people have that big muzzle device, and as you say, it's the weight in the worst possible spot. So when you have it in this package like this, for 3-gunners or anyone who just likes a light, fast-shooting gun, mm-hmm. You're not going to beat this. And to really appreciate how light this is, you kind of have to feel it, but it's like nothing. It almost feels like a cheap airsoft gun, like weight-wise, not feel-wise, because clearly, again, they have the lightweight bolt carrier group, the charging handle, everything is solid. It's just really lightweight because of the materials, because of the profile of the barrel.
Well, what happened, we started making all these individual products. Mm-hmm. We started making pencil barrels. We started making carbon fiber handguards. We made low mass bolt carriers. And I said, let's put all these together and just shoot them as a system. Let's see how all these parts interface, because you can buy them individually, you can put them together. And when we put the rifle together and went to the range for the first time, we came back and people were shooting it like friends and people at the range, and they're like, I want one of those because of the way it's shot.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, again, it looks good, it's got good specs, but the real issue is it's a very soft shooting light rifle.
Right.
Now, that's our ultralight. If you trade it for the one below, I'll show you what we did for our 3-gun version. And again, these rifles came out because of our product listing. This has an 18-inch gunner barrel. Now this has our muzzlock muzzle device, so you can take it on and off, suppressor, whatever. But this also has a, gunner is a very low profile, small profile barrel, but has a little more rigidity than the pencil. Uses the carbon fiber handguard, the same components, hyperfire trigger, dual charging handle, ambi safety, 45-degree selector. So this is what we consider to be an out-of-the-box 3-gun rifle. And if you notice the way that gun feels, it seems to point very, very well.
Yeah,
It's got good weight balance. It's a quick little gun.
Yeah, for an 18-inch barrel, it's surprising how easy it is to keep it on track as you're moving it around. And I know one concern a lot of people have with the lighter profile barrels, the pencil barrels or even these gunner barrels, is they think, well, when it heats up, I'm losing all the performance. However, there's a lot of videos out there that people have done where they'll do that kind of stress heat test. They'll get these things shooting hot. I want to say Mr. Guns and Gear did a video.
Guns and Gear did one, yeah. He did a great test on it.
Yeah, and I'll put a link to that below. He got that barrel really, really warm and shot a group immediately after, and it was still performing really, really well.
Well, I think one of the things to really remember is when we started with the A-Rack, and we started making barrels, and the A-Rack barrels, we started making AR barrels, 10s and 15s. And when we started, we've learned a lot since the beginning of making barrels. One of the things that we feel, it takes every single component of a barrel to be good. It takes any one thing to make it bad. But one of the key features that we focus on is stress relieving. So when you manufacture a barrel and you put these stresses into it, proper stress relieving allows us to make a barrel with an incredibly consistent or cylindrical bore. And what we don't want is any variation of that bore. We can tolerate deviation from a given size better than we can from one end to the other. So we bought in-house stress relieving. When we make our barrels, we start with 20-foot bars, and we end up going to the plater for finish. So the only thing we don't do in-house is the finishing on these barrels, which all of these are QPQ nitride finish.
Yeah, it's a really great finish. All my barrels have been holding up really well. Now, not only are you guys doing like the gunner barrels, the pencil barrels, you guys have match series barrels
We have
this
the
year,
match series came
starting
out
last year. Yeah.
Yes, the match series came out in 2017, and they have the coated extension. They have a polished crown. We use the 5R rifling, and it's a step up from a duty series barrel, and it offers a little more accuracy. It's a little better barrel, but we find that both of them fit their niche.
Yeah.
Our goal is that whatever level you want to have a barrel, we want to have good value at that level.
Sure.
So yeah, the match series came out this year in 2017, and we have some of those. As a matter of fact, that's a match grade barrel in the 3-gun version.
Oh, okay.
That's a match grade.
And you guys are using a lot of different calibers for those. You got 223 Wild, 300 Blackout, 6.5 Grendel, 6.5 Creedmoor, 308. So
now we got the 450, 458, and the 224 Valkyrie.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are covering all your bases when it comes to ARs. But again, you're not just doing ARs. You now have AK barrels, correct?
Yeah, we started making AK-47 barrels, and we also make barrels for the rear precision rifle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I learned something new here today too.
Yep.
One of the other things I learned today is the pistol line of barrels. So again, like I said, I have a Glock 19 barrel that I've been testing out and really enjoying. It's been working suppressed, unsuppressed, all that. But you guys now have SIG and Smith & Wesson barrels, correct?
Yes. We've got Glock, SIG, and Smith. We have 45 different SKUs, and I guess you can see it there. 45 different SKUs. A lot of them are the flame-fluted version, which is our patented design. Then we have non-threaded, threaded. We've got the different PVD coatings. But one of the things that's important about our barrels, we didn't want to, everything that we make has to be that experience again. It has to be durable, it has to be reliable. So these are 416 stainless steel. Once they're machined, they're heat treated. After they're heat treated, they're QPQ nitrided. And the reason for that is the PVD coatings don't do the same purpose as a nitride, and they're line of sight. So you wouldn't get it inside the bore in the chamber. So all of our barrels, even though they look cute or flashy, they're made out of good metal, they're heat treated, and then they're QPQ coated, so we have the durability, and then you put the PVD coating on the outside for the appearance. So we don't want just a pretty barrel, we want a rock solid barrel that looks good.
Absolutely.
So at any given point, we don't ever want to sacrifice what we would consider quality of the product or the durability for looks.
Absolutely.
So this was our approach to putting the PVD coatings on a QPQ nitride barrel. So we have all 3 of the platforms now with 45 different SKUs.
And currently it's just all 9mm, correct?
Correct.
Is there any anticipation going to like 45 or 10mm or anything like that?
Well, we started with the 5.56 barrels on
Sure.
rifles, so I'm guessing there might be more calibers in our future. You know, we made a decision, and we do a lot of our manufacturing, as you know, in-house. We're, matter of fact, January was 40 years for our machining company, and we have a lot of capabilities. So what we decided was, when we get into the firearms industry, because of our core and key concepts, we make our products for 4 reasons. We make it because of delivery, that we can control and hopefully hold to what the customer requires. We do it for quality, which is obviously paramount, and we have a lot of control over that, and if we're good at it, we want to maintain it.
Sure.
The third thing would be price. We can control our costs by making our products. The fourth item is innovation. And this is the difference, where when we have internal capabilities and we're manufacturing rifle barrels, pistol barrels, whatever it be, we have a lot of engineering staff and a lot of quality staff. So when we want to expand our product line, bring in other calibers, that is all in-house talent.
Yeah.
We don't go outside to contract engineering for product development. It's all done in-house. So we look at it for those 4 reasons, and if we feel that we can give you a better product at a better price based on those 4 criteria, then we want to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And today we haven't even covered, you know, the bulk carrier groups and 9mm, 308, 6.5 Grendel, all those. Honestly, you owe it to yourself if you haven't been to their website. Just surf around their website for a little bit. See how much of the industry they're already covering as it is, and just how much they've getting ahead of myself here a little bit. How much they've kind of come out with new stuff over 2017. I'm really anxious to see where things are going, because like you said, you really started with the ARACs.
Yes.
And I mean, now we're expanding to, again, you're only seeing a small fraction of this booth. As I said, you're going to see that 9mm Glock barrel on my channel really soon. I've already done reviews on some of their other barrels. My 300 Blackout barrel is still doing super awesome groups through several thousand rounds now. I'm still using it for my accuracy test, so anytime you guys see me do an accuracy test in 300 Blackout, it's that Faxon barrel. I got a 20-inch match series barrel coming. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of testing in that 223 Wild barrel, but I have, you know, very optimistic about what that thing's going to be able to do. Anything else you wanted to say about Faxon Firearms?
No, I appreciate the opportunity to share some of the new products, and like I said, stay tuned, because what we make today is not what we'll be making tomorrow. We'll be expanding, and we have a passion for this industry, and like I said, most importantly, it's for that shooter experience. So what we make is no different than when we go to the range and want to enjoy a product than what we sell to you to go to the range and enjoy our products.
Awesome. So what I'll do is I'll put the links to their website and social media pages below, as well as links to the videos I've done on Faxon products in the past. But I really encourage you, the next video you watch, have it be the one that he did for the Haas USMC about the American Militia video, and that should tell you all you need to know about the Faxon Firearms company as a whole and Bob Faxon as an individual, and you're not going to be disappointed. At least if you love the Constitution and you love the Second Amendment, you're not going to be disappointed, I'll put it that way. Bob Faxon, thank you very much for talking to us.
So much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Stay tuned for a lot more coverage here from SHOT Show 2018, and thanks again for watching.
Thank you.